What is up, YouTube? It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. A couple of people have asked me to do a video on my updated live looping setup. I did one back in the day where I did a transition between the RC505 and Ableton, and now I'm a little bit deeper into Ableton. So I'm going to go through my template in Ableton, and then I'm going to do a live demo of how I do my live looping setup on Twitch using primarily virtual instruments, but as well as electric and acoustic guitar and vocals. Got a little drum kit going on now. Got a brand new album, just came out, Glacial Drift. It is streaming everywhere. If you could follow me on Spotify, Apple Music, add me to the playlists, it's a big help. Wherever it is that you stream music, it's on Bandcamp as well. If you're looking for other ways to support the channel, you can check me on Twitch. Performing usually 2-3 times a week, performing improvisation, some solo piano stuff, a lot of original content. I cover a lot of different songs, a lot of different genres. We do a little bit of everything. Mostly we have a lot of fun. All the links will be in the description. You can join Discord. It's free. If you have a Prime Amazon account, you can subscribe to my Twitch channel and support me for free. So lots of different ways that you can support me, support this channel, and I appreciate all of it. So let's get to it.
I have one instance of the Looper plugin in Ableton set up just to start the track. Okay, and that's the reason is because that's kind of similar to used to have it set up in the RC505. So I have it mapped to this button on the APC40 right here, and I usually start my tracks with percussion. I just find that's the way that I work best, starting with kind of like a really tight percussion loop. So I got just a built-in kit from Ableton. So that's it. It's a start-stop button mapped to the APC40. Now I have some kind of like percussion loop, and it's automatically set the tempo for the project based on how I play the first loop. I just have one template that I use for everything. So that's how I start and stop the loops. One instance of the Looper plugin in Ableton assigned to the first track. Okay, so now I'm just going to run you through the sounds that I have, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So second track is, and we're going to talk about this too, what this is here. I got some Dragon drums, Spitfire audio. So good. From their Abbey Road Orchestra low percussion. Super good stuff. So that's my second track. So all these first tracks are all percussion stuff. Also here I have a Max for Live device from Ableton drummer from Toby, who's just a mad genius. So this is a auto quantize. I'll probably be doing a separate video talking about all this stuff. Toby makes some incredibly useful devices. So this one will automatically quantize my percussion tracks after I've recorded them. And I'll give you an example in the demonstration. Now, for a super long time, I haven't been quantizing any of my percussion tracks. Back when the RC505 wasn't able to do that because it's just recording audio. And for a long time, for months, I've been using Ableton without quantizing everything. But it's hard to get it right every single time. And there's a lot going on, especially when I'm streaming on Twitch. And there's chat and notifications and multiple cameras. And there's just too much going on. So I needed something to kind of make things a little bit easier. So now I have this auto quantize feature, and I have it only set up on all the instances of the percussion tracks. Okay, so I'll run you through all the different sounds. I'll talk about what they are. Next sound is my favorite percussion track, percussion sample library. Tombeck's from the HC Percussion. Then I think we got more Abbey Road. Yeah. So that's low percussion Abbey Road. We got some Doles from the HC Percussion Spitfire Audio. Love those. Love those. Snares, Spitfire Audio, percussion from their main percussion library. Who doesn't like a snare? Drums, what do we got here? This is just a built-in sound from Ableton. You'd be surprised at what content comes with the full edition of Ableton. There's some great stuff in there. So I got that, and what we got in this next one here? Another drum rack. And I actually have this mapped. This last percussion track is mapped. If you see, I got an E-drum kit over here, which I'm literally just using as a MIDI controller. I'm not a drummer at all. But I have this mapped. It's my E-drum kit. And how I had to set this up was a little bit different. So I have the quantize feature here. I also have, what else I got in here? I got another Max for Live device. Let's see if I can drag it over here a little bit so you can see it. It's called Fixed Clip Length. It's also from Toby's devices, Ableton Drummer. So this is a fixed clip length, so of 2 bars. So when I initiate the record on Ableton, it gives me enough time to get over to the E-drum kit. Automatically starts after I've hit the button, like I hit it, a few beats before the start. Records for 2 bars and then automatically switches to playback. Because I don't have a foot controller yet. That's probably the next thing I'm going to add, but for now I don't have one, so this is perfect. So as soon as I've had 2-bar loop, as soon as it's counted 2 bars, it automatically puts it back in. So I don't have to hit the button. I don't have to trigger anything. It automatically starts looping it. So super cool. These devices are so easy to set up. They're very affordable. Highly recommend. So that's what that track is. We got some bass. This is just literally built-in bass sound from Ableton. We got my favorite piano library, which is Noir Piano from Native Instruments. Probably noticed my Blue Jays jersey. They just took 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers, so I'm stoked. We got another instance of Noir, this time the Particles engine. Super useful for textures and that sort of thing. Then we got a bunch of Omnisphere tracks, Mystic Roads. If you don't have Spectrasonics Omnisphere, you're missing out. The best bang for your buck ever. We got a Rhodes sound. Use this for a lot of reggae kind of stuff. It's just straight up from Native Instruments, Rhodes stuff, vintage keyboards or something like that. It's from one of their bundled things from Complete. Then we got Neo. If you've been watching this channel, you know that Neo is pretty much my favorite Spitfire audio library. This is cassette strings. I can't get enough of Neo. Also from Neo, we got Distant Haunters. One of the most heavenly sounds ever. We got a string sound. I think this is from Spitfire Audio Albion 1, I believe. Yes. It's the long Consordino. Very, very nice. Absolutely gorgeous sound. It tends to get lost in my mix a little bit because I have way too many tracks. And then also for album 1, we have the low octaves. Love that sound. And then we get some more Omnisphere sounds, Bode Electric. One of my favorite samples. Also Omnisphere, Boeing Chrominium. I can't say it. We got Cedars. These are all Omnisphere tracks. We got Phoenix Rising. Powerful. Also Omnisphere. So good. More Omnisphere. Breath Harmonics. Absolute fire. Post-modern something. Hang on, let's see what this is. This is Postmodern Duophone from Omnisphere. So much you can do with Omnisphere. They got, all of the so much manipulation, sound manipulation. You got the A/B, you got the effects rack, you got the arpeggiator, you got the orb. Right? Let's do the orb. Come on, how fun is that? It's ridiculous how much you can do with Omnisphere. It's the library's been around a long time, but it's just as good as it ever was. Frantic Lead, this is one of my lead sounds from another Omnisphere sound. You might want to I'll turn this one down. This is my favorite. Really aggressive synth. Also, Omnisphere, super aggressive. Love it. And then we got Spitfire Audio, the stack. I have a song called Raging Replicants. This is pretty much, this is how the sound came to be. Let's just that's how that song started, literally from the patch. That's the stack from Spitfire Audio. I think that was put out a couple years ago. Then we got Spitfire Audio Solstice. Some kind of aggressive kind of pads, lots of little textures and stuff like that. We have another Omnisphere. Here, let me move this over a little so you guys can see this. I have a question mark beside it because I try to change this every Twitch stream that I do. So I try to change it up as much as I can. Then we got electric guitar, which is, and the way that I have this set up is 4 instances of Guitar Rig 6, and then they are mapped to this APC button. As you can see, it selects between the different sounds. All right, I'll give you a demo of this. So if I just leave it in the middle, kind of an ambient sound, and then we have, wrong one. Kind of like a delay sound. I don't use that one a whole lot. Then we get some distortion. Over, we got this kind of really kind of delay sound. just a flick of this little switch. Took a while to set this up, but it's super handy. So highly recommend it. It really wasn't that bad to set it up. And then beside that, we have just 5 different loop tracks for guitar. We've got acoustic guitar. My acoustic is right here. Oh, you can see that. My little baby Taylor, which I friggin' love. So then I have 3 acoustic guitar tracks, and then my vocals, 5 loop vocal tracks, and then we just got like a straight up drum sound. That's from Slate drums. So if I'm rocking out in the E kit, that's just kind of like a more standard kind of kit. This is when I'm looping over a friend of mine who does, it's just at the end here. I guess it's hard to see. Just looking at the screen here. At the end of my template, you got those vocals. And then this is just, these are some samples from another streamer friend of mine, Infinite Third, Billy Mays, just an incredible live looper. And I purchased some of his samples, and I live loop over top of that. So that is the template. And then at the end of that, we got reverb. There we go. Make sure you can see all this. We got a hall reverb. We got some stereo delay. These are both built in within Ableton. I actually went back to Valhalla Room for a bit, which is what I use for recording. But I think I had gotten so used to the reverbs that are included with Ableton. They're super handy. Easy to cut off the lows. Very, very important when you're using a reverb. And then just a stereo kind of slapback delay. I'll give you a demo of that as well. And then the third one is a long delay. So basically you have like kind of your short verb delay, and then long verb, not delay, long verb. So, and again, I have these mapped to the APC on these 3 knobs. I don't know how well you can see that there, but I'll give you, here if I do this. These, it's a little bit hard to see my iPad, but anyway, there's programmable knobs at the end of my APC controller. There's 8 assignable knobs. So the first one is my kind of like short verb. Then I got your delay, stereo delay, very important for vocals. Then you get your long verb for the super long kind of things. And then this last assignable knob is for the switching the guitar. I haven't done anything with the last 4, but they're super easy to assign. And there's still a bunch of functionality with the APC40 that I haven't even kind of got into yet. But that is how I have the template set up. So now what I'm going to do is I'll switch cams, and I'll just give you kind of a live demo of a typical kind of loop. We'll try to get something going here.
have it, my friends, a little demonstration of my template and how I have it set up. It's probably going to continue to evolve just like it has over the past couple of years. I find myself looking for a foot controller in the near future. Probably going to start looking at the one-button looper Max for Live device from Toby from AbletonDrummer.com. There's always something new to add, something to change, something to tweak, but mostly you just want to have fun when you're doing it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll get back to you right away. Stay safe, friends.